Okay, cool. Hello. Welcome. Today I'm gonna do these quests to finish off this map. I find these quests interesting because it's like the shadows of lost civilizations. And yeah, let's get to it. Greetings, unfamiliar life form. Being that you bear a corporeal form as surely as I, as you can see, do not, perhaps you might offer me a way out of my predicament. You see, I have been attempting to fashion a vessel that may house out our weary souls. Sadly, with no model to work from, I am ashamed to admit my experiments have failed, and rather spectacularly at that. You may have noticed that the byproducts of my failed labors as they now wander aimlessly and pathetically about these environs. I had intended to clean up this mess myself, but the task might prove difficult for a formless being such as myself. Might you put the pitiful creature out of their misery in my stead? I thank you, curious one, and if you might also retrieve for me their internal cores in the process, I dare say it would be great benefit to me in the future experiments. In any event, I eagerly await word of your inevitable success. Well, do the unwitting products of my labor suffer no more? And have you brought back their cores to me? If so, do return them to me. Yes, these are without a doubt the cores that form the doleful hearts of my kind. While I am disheartened to see my efforts end this way, I can only learn what I can from my failures, that my future experiments might give rise to a satisfactory vessel. In any event, it has been quite some time since we have encountered any entities with even a modicum of intelligence, as you seem to possess. I dare say our conversations have provided us with a sliver of stimulation that has eluded us for ages. I am grateful for your assistance in more ways than one. I do hope the day will come when we can one day meet each other. Ah, how might you say it in the flesh? Okay. Ah, look at those rosy cheeks and sharp silhouette. While our own decision is to discard our corporeal forms forms was of course an enlightened one at the time, I must confess there are some things sometimes when I fondly think back on the days when I too was a tangible being. Oh, what I would not give to don proper fleshy raiments once more before I pass into the void. To that end, I have been exploring the possibility of inhabiting another physical form, but I fear there is a rub. For you see, I cannot for the life of me recall what my true form once was. I blame it on the excrucible and excruciating flow of time. Alas, I doubt I could even manipulate a body now if I wanted to. Mayhap you might indulge me with a serviceable demonstration. Your elongated appendages greatly contrast with our current gaseous composition, but I wonder if your general sense of mobility was similar to that of our original physical presences. So let us see it then. Humor me with a display of sheer joy. Intriguing. You discharge a great sound from your frontonary appendage and make these rather suggestive gestures, quite different from how we express delight with subtle telepathy. Now, I would like to replicate the movements in preparation for the next time I meet an innocent and amicable traveler like yourself. Allow me to try. In the process, I may gain some insight as to whether our erstwhile bodies once moved in a similar manner. It seems I cannot fully mimic the vocalizations you produce, nor can I garner enough momentum against the air to move my body as quickly. Let me try a different approach. I feel as though I had a comparable frame, especially those tentacle-esque appendages dangling from your sides. What did you call them again? Hands, was it? Anyhow, I am curious as to the degree of velocity you can generate with said appendages. Should you be agreeable, I would like you to swing those hands with great speed and strike me with as much force as you can muster. Outside. My word, the impact of that strike was so considerable that I felt it to the very depths of my soul. I can only hope there were no feelings of genuine hatred or indignation behind it. But alas, it is no use. Even your most energetic motions seem insufficient to jog my memory. Perhaps our physical frames were not so analogous after all. If that is the case, I would make one more request of you. You have ventured to many different places and met many different life forms, have you not? Among the many creatures you have met, is there not one that possesses a similar form to that which you might surmise we once did? Huh. Oh, they're both the same thing. Fascinating, if a bit difficult to picture. Mayhap you could hold an image of them in your mind's eye for me. I shall read it and attempt to metamorphosis. Well, they are somewhat rotund and without ocular facilities of a comparable size. Allow me to perform a locomotive experiment with this body shape. Very well then. First a gesture of joy, then a vicious slap to the face. Oh dear. I see that calamity appendages besides this creature's phonatory apparatus are distinct from the hands you possess, and somehow I feel the urge to utilize them despite their absence. Given that the immediate synaptic responses are misaligned, it would seem that the erstwhile forms of we, Ea, are unfortunately rather dissimilar from your crystalline friends. I apologize for the needless detour. How bothersome it is to be unable to assimilate with the frame of another creature for lack of memory. It would seem that regaining our physical forms will be even more challenging a task than we originally suspected. While today's experiment has ended in failure, I appreciate the stimulation you have provided me. Take this as compensation for your efforts. Yes, the mind is a fickle thing. I only hope that I will recall what I once looked like while I still possess my mental facilities. Okay. Fleshy one, come hither. I have a task of some import I would entrust to you. Worry not, it should be well within your capacities. You see, I wish to summon back one of my fellow Ea who lingers at the gate to the beyond. To what end they wait there, I do not know. What I do know is that if they do not return to us, their spirit will eventually unravel, leaving them nothing but a wandering entity like those on the outside. And so, I would ask you to summon them back to our abode before they are consigned to such a fate. Can you do this for me? Leave it to me. I am much obliged. Simply make for the gate and call out to my friend. Might I suggest a variant of the traditional Ea beckoning? Allow me to destinate. Ahem. Ooh. Oh, cool. Does my fellow Ea still linger in the gate beyond? Pray summon them back to our abode. Is that a beckoning I hear? The timbre of your cooing sounded rather dull. Anyhow, it is I you seek. You will find me in the north of where you stand. Are you the one who summoned me? No wonder your voice sounded so strange with that fleshy body of yours. I have not seen your kind before. Might you have come from afar? I see. Then you must feel very privileged to have stumbled upon us. I see... sorry. This gate here serves as the ingress to our bastion of enlightenment. All who come from afar to seek such knowledge must pass through. I had stood here for so long expecting a visitor. Perhaps it is you for whom I have waited. I could see myself ready to greet someone from another world. But why do you come to us now, in this moment, and why from the village, not toward? Oh, did they know? Did they know? That is an unexpected development. In any event, I was waiting for someone, and that someone has come. There is no need to wait further. Let Drow Jag be assured that I shall return anon. I am pleased to inform you that our friend has returned, and our debates are more amusing for it. It seems I was wise to enlist the help of an outsider. As you may be aware, this settlement was originally conceived as a place where we might explore and one day solve the mysteries of our universe. Many Ea made the pilgrimage here to contribute to this great cause. Oh, how little we knew. As such, it is not uncommon for someone to wait at the gates for a guest. Tradition really. However, my friend, for whatever their reasons, waited overly long. So long that their spirit remembers the act itself, but they have no memory of who they wish to meet there. Now that you have come for them, they feel they have fulfilled what they have set out to do. They have been set free from the lingering thoughts that bound them. At any rate, I am grateful to you for returning my friend to our earnings. Here, I would offer you this as a token of thanks. Furthermore, I am relieved you were able to make a beckoning call in the right tone. If you had cued instead of cooed, it would have been equivalent to telling them that their mind was empty as hollow crater, and I doubt they would have been amused. My dear friend was so close to choosing to quietly end their existence. Fortunately, they recently rediscovered the value of stimulating intellectual debate, and in doing so, were able to remain in control of their facilities. I cannot say for sure what led to this most serendipitous conclusion, but I am pleased we can continue our philosophical engagements. Very pleased indeed. I have a question, one that cannot only be answered by being of flesh and bone. Will you hear it? Thank you. Before I ask, however, I require you to learn more of my kind, lest your answer be senseless and vapid. You can come to know us through our final words, though alas you cannot comprehend them in your corporeal form. Thus, I shall temporarily free you from your body, allowing you to perceive as we Ea do. Please, indicate when you're ready to shovel off your mortal coil. You have prepared, yes, very well. After you have been liberated, I ask that you read the 3 ffxiv ere returning to me. Please brace yourself, as there will be recorded evidence that this may feel weird. In order to progress, you must be... Ooh. Yeah. I grasped eternity, yet I only hold loss. If forever has an end, why has it not come? With no future, we turn to the past, knowing none have turned to our present. We are the dead end. Huh. We fought to go beyond our star. We fought to go beyond our dimension. We fought for nothing. You have read them? This as well. However, you have yet to look upon our most important text. Please seek it in the charming wooded area outside our home. The price of eternity is joy, its gift, unending sorrow. Shit. So you have read all that was left behind. Those inscriptions were written by the first of our kind, the first to know the pinnacle of enlightenment, and the first to know the depths of despair. They have prepared you to answer my question. As someone bound to a corporeal form, do you think there is hope to be found in life? Of course there is hope. Fascinating. It must be precisely that spongy form which allows you to cling to the intangible unto death. How fortunate for you. That was most edifying. Creatures of flesh enjoy shiny tokens, do they not? Please have some as thanks. Ah yes, I shall return you to your body, as it seems you are fond of it. Strange as it may seem, the longer I linger here, the less the matter of my epitaph concerns me. Moreover, I find myself drawn to the heretofore unthinkable idea that there may even be some value in prolonging my existence. Have I been afflicted with some curious malady? But, alright, last one. Oh, hello. Forgive me, I am distracted. One would think we would have evolved beyond fear, knowing what we do, but I must confess that I am rather frightened at the prospect of losing who I am. Not in a physical sense, of course, as we have transcended our corporeal forms. We do, however, feel the gradual corrosion of our mind, our memories, that which makes us us, so to speak. There are ways, however, to slow this inevitable process. One such method is to come into contact with another and confirm with each other our defining qualities. Therein lies my dilemma, for you see, a friend most dear to me is missing, and I fear their absence will only quicken their own passing into nothingness. It would mean much to me if you could help me find them, should they be so far gone as to meet you with hostility. Simply to subdue them and return them to me. Here, you can use this to bind their essence to a retrievable form. There may yet be hope. They enjoyed taking contemplative strolls at a once scenic spot on the opposite edge of this landmass. Even if their memories fade, it is likely they might drift in that direction. I have searched throughout the abode, but my companion is nowhere to be found. I wonder if it is too late. The poor thing. To think they were so far gone. Still, I am glad you were able to find them. This will allow me to absorb what remains of their mind into my own. There is no cause for alarm. The procedures should have negligible effect on my facilities. If my friend can no longer recognize me, I have no choice but to become host for the memories they themselves can no longer recall. Well, these visions, yes, they are my friends' memories. They have grown faint with the loss of their owner's identity, but they have not yet dissipated completely. And what is this? Yes, they still have memories of me. Dim as they are, they now serve to remind me of who I myself once was. And yet, as these memories come together, the identity that is both begins to flicker and waver. Yes, I must speak the final words that will become my epitaph while I am able. Fortunately, there is someone here who will remember them for me. In my final moments, I must define myself. I would call myself a realist. Others call me a coward, which am to believe as I become one with the void. And in the end, does it matter? Yes, that should do. That said, I feel most peculiar. I am not of one mind now, but two. In truth, I'm not sure whose words I recited were my own. All I know is that these words reflect the me that exists now, for I, standing before you, did recite them. And even if one day my identity should dissipate, these words will remain with you as a vestige of what I once was. That is of some comfort to me, for no one should be forgotten, even if they forget themselves. I hope your own memories will live long within you, and within those who have shared this existence with you. Huh. Are my thoughts able to reach you? I have composed the most disconsolate of dirges to express the state of the universe, but the melody already threatens to elude. Ah, there it goes again, and my memory continues to fade. Uh, yeah, I can't do that because I would need a Fisher level 80. I got a Fisher level 63. But, yeah, develops. I'm not sure how interesting these will be, but we'll see. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Okay. Ah, we meet again. The familiar who was with Chairman, yes? My apologies if I seem a little distracted. I am actually in the midst of searching for someone. It is my mentor who taught me practically everything I know. Now she has relinquished her role and is ready to make her final journey. But before she does, there is an important matter I must convey to her. The last concept in her care, a beautiful winged angel, has been approved of life on Aetheris. Please, will you help me look for her? There is a strong chance you will find her at Philomethes Nodos. Her most distinguishing feature is her chestnut-colored hair, tied into a single flowing lock, much like a monochorous tail. I have sent a familiar of my own to the north to look for my mentor. I would be very grateful if you could search elsewhere, starting with the Philomethes Notus. Ah, such a beautiful place. You wish to speak with me? Ah, yes, I had a feeling she might say that. As I have told her, my decision has been made. Well, she can't say I didn't try. But what about that winged creature? It was a success. Glad tidings to be certain, but my work is done. The news was more than sufficient, and I thank you for it. Nothing can deter me from my chosen course, and I must join my predecessors in the hereafter. Tell Blaste and name the creature as she pleases, and that I wish her every happiness. Now, our brief encounter has reached its end. Farewell. She's not with you. Did you at least find her? I should have known nothing would sway her. All I can do is hope she finds blessed respite in the ethereal sea, and that we may one day be reunited in another life. Until then, I will carry on her legacy, beginning with the naming of the creature she cared for so dearly. I think I shall name it after her. That way, she will live on through her work forever. My role here, I specialize in the observation of floras, some of the larger species such as trees and so forth. Continue. Right. That's right. I read like everybody's dialogue I remember at a certain point. Before they turned to quests. Do they have different dialogue after the quests though? I don't know. What are you about? You, my dear familiar, are precisely what I need. Pray help me with my research. One of our new creations has an extremely wary disposition. Try as I might to go near it for observation, it senses my ether and flees. As a familiar, your ether is thinner than mine, yet you seem more intelligent than your fellows. That being the case, I believe you may succeed where I have failed. Come with me behind the building. I will take you to the creation. There it is, note 66.6. New as it is to Elpis, the creature has yet to be given a proper name. Those things. As I mentioned, I cannot go near it. Indeed, this is the closest I can be. I want you to approach it and then do something to show that you are a friend. What do you think will work? Ah, an excellent idea. If it sees you moving in whimsical fashion, it may well lower its guard. So go on, perform a dance for notes. Toast 666. I shall watch from here. Best of luck to you. Nodo 666, which bears a strong resemblance to a pasta, stares unflinchingly at a bowl of fruit. Try it on the ground. Try performing a dance. Leaving Nodo 666 scurries off, leaving behind a bowl of fruit. Okay. I witnessed it all. You did very well, my dear familiar. Nodo 666 is designed to facilitate the proliferation of fruiting trees by bearing their seeds to faraway places. While their young are still unable to forage for themselves, 'tis the duty of the male creatures to bring them food. In leaving you with the fruit, it appears to have taken you for one of its own. I wasn't sure how it would respond to your overtures, but I wasn't expecting that. Go on and take your gift, and let us return to Anagoras. You deserve a reward for your troubles. Thanks to invaluable cooperation, I was able to acquire some very insightful data. Oh, the fruit. They are rightly yours to enjoy, so go on, enjoy them. The fruit looked good, but it tastes even better. Each bite a small piece of heaven in your mouth. Judging by your expression, it would seem Nodo 666 saves the choicest fruit for its young. Though it has come to us, I have a good feeling for the creature. When the time comes, we shall have to think up a suitably fine name for it. Here is the reward, I promised. Thanks again, my dear familiar. What are you about? Oh my, aren't you adorable? Actually, there's something you might be able to help me with. A visitor from the Bureau of the Architect has arrived at Prop Leon to deliver new concepts. I would like you to offer her the warmest of welcomes. Normally, we'd have our own familiars attend to such duties, but most of them are already entertaining our guests. There's been rather a lot lately, you see. On the other hand, this would be the perfect opportunity to show her an entirely new and what's a nice way to put this? Idiosyncratic familiar. That being you, of course. I'm sure she'd be delighted to meet you. Oh, you'd like some sort of description, would you? Well, I believe she has a white mask and long black robes. Does that narrow it down? No. Alright. I don't know if I've ever been here. I must have, because I explored the whole map, but I didn't, look at it. Oh, no, I've been here. And I've already talked to everybody in my playthrough here. What a pleasant surprise. You must be what must be one of the most excessively energetic familiars I've ever seen. Eardrum chose a representative well, it would appear. As a matter of fact, I too have an errand to ask of you, namely, the delivery of these concepts. I have brought them all the way from the Academia Einder. 3 aquatic fauna specimens from the woods of Mitron and 1 flora sample from the woods of Kalmarat. All very fascinating, as my counterparts here will soon discover. It would also be prudent to remind Irodome not to let their captivating nature distract her from making her observations. Well then, there's no time like the present. I trust our guests were enamored with you as I am. New concepts for us, and fascinating to the point of being distracting. What an odd thing to warn me about, though it does all sound rather intriguing. The Academia Einder always produces concepts of the most outstanding quality, and I'm eager to learn what treats we have in store on this occasion. Let me see. From the words of Mitron, we have what seemed to be an aquatic mollusk capable of storing ether in its shell. I could only guess as to what purpose that would serve. But I dare say all will become abundantly clear in due course. Oh, I do apologize. I already find myself mesmerized by these concepts, just as our visitor predicted. For our part in bringing me these wonders, you have my thanks. Yeah, full dialogue. What are you about? That's useless to me now, but I know where to get rid of it. Where in the world could the rest have gotten to? Friend familiar, if you have a moment, I require help rounding up our Agavoridates young. 6 remain unaccounted for, and I would be most grateful if you could search for them for me, with me. The creatures secrete nectar from their tails, which attracts insects. Where where they swarm, you're like to find an Agavorides, and when you do, use this etheric rope to catch it. Small as they are, I don't believe they will be too far away. Let us endeavor to find the 3 each and then reconvene here. That's cool. It's also cool. The Agavordes young lies unmoving, attempting to lure butterflies, it would seem. Oh, sorry. Okay. Ah, you're returned as well. I managed to find 3. How about yourself? Wonderful. This accounts for all of them. We can finally release the creatures. Lest you wonder, the Agavoroids were created to curb the insect population. They have passed the first phase of determination and thus will be provisionally sent out into the wider world. Though a few steps remain before they can fully take their place in nature, I have no doubt that they will make our star a better place. This isn't much, but accept it by way of my gratitude for your assistance. A familiar come to us observers, are you? But what are you called? Yo, you say. 'Tis a fine name. I am Phidias, a researcher here at Anagorosis. We are currently preparing a section of this isle for new creation. For this we need to expel those creatures that inhabit said area, that they'll not interfere with our tests. The simplest way to do so is to have the Ampulos sneeze. The explosive noise never fails to send nearby critters fleeing. We are just about to tend to the task, but seeing as how you are here, how would you like to give it a try? Sure. Huh, I always knew you would be king. To look at you, 'tis plain you are an inquisitive sort of familiar. Now then, my beastkeeper colleague is already set on site to the northeast of here. Seek him out, and he will tell you what to do. Yeah, these guys. He's supposed to be here by now, but who might you be? Oh, you're clearing the site in Philadelphia. How very kind of you. Come then, let's get you on the Palos. Once you're securely mounted, right at yonder and have it sneeze at the bushes. The noise will scare away whatever creatures may be hiding. Okay. The Amphilow's mighty sneeze sends the creatures in the bush scattering in a panic. He's got wiggly arms. Yeah. The creatures came running all the way here, frightened as they looked. I dare say they'll keep away from the site for a good while. For its hard work, I shall treat the umbrellas to a spot of sunbathing. Meanwhile, you should return to DS. I am certain he will have a reward for you too. Welcome back, Gil. Thanks to you, the site has been nicely cleared, and we can release our new creation. It's a species of ambulatory plant, lest you wonder. While these have been popular of late, this one dwarfs the rest. A veritable tree that can use its branches like hands to catch prey. Huh. It sets my heart aflutter just thinking about it. My thanks again. And if there are any other exciting tasks, I will be certain to let you know. For a familiar, you appear quite inquisitive. Perhaps you were created to learn. Well, if there is anything you wish to know, I would be glad to explain. Okay. So got it. Little dust bunnies. A visitor touring our facility, are you? If you wish, you can assist us with one of our latest arrivals, the Aureus. The creatures are identifiable by their long ears, which they can use to detect danger. They're also keenly attuned to minerals and can find deposits even in pitch darkness. Now, we were just testing the effect of minerals on them, and they reacted acutely to mana stone, becoming visibly agitated. They each grabbed a stone and scurried off. We need to round them up again and could use a helping hand. If you are up for it, please seek out my colleague who is out searching. She should be somewhere between here and the first bloom and can give you instructions. If you wish to help us round up the Ori, please seek out my colleague who is out searching. Okay. Come to help us find the Ori, you say? We're much obliged. 3 of the critters have been sighted yonder. When you find one, use the Hypnos potion on it. It should put it to sleep and allow you to easily capture it. Should the potion fail to work, as it occasionally does, you can simply exhaust the creature into submission. When you find the Aureus, use the Hypno potion on it. It should put it to sleep and allow you to easily capture it. You should use the Hypnos posted on the areas before you attempt to capture it. The Aureus quickly falls asleep. The Aureus tries to fight the potion, but eventually succumbs. The Aureus is too agitated, the potion has no effect. Shit. I feel like I could have used the potion if I tried again. Oh well. Ah, there you are. Were you able to catch the Orei? Thank you. Now only two of the critters remain at large. I've received word that they've been sighted in another area, so I will hurry there at once. In the meantime, I'd be grateful if you could take the three fellows you caught back to Euclides. Oh, 'tis you again. How did you fare with the Orei? Well, now that you should bring the creatures yourself, I hope they didn't give you too much trouble. Their abnormal behavior was most certainly caused by the power harbored in the Mana Stone. Still, we have the highest hopes for the Aureis in their digging for minerals. They prime the earth for plant life. If we suppress their sensitivity to magical influence, theirs is surely to be a beneficial existence to the star, and you, my friend, can be proud in having helped to bring them forth. There is never a dull moment with the Orei. Their fondness of minerals makes them highly unique, and I dare say they will be no less popular. How curious, a familiar bearing armaments. You must be special indeed. As it happens, I may have a use for you. Would you care to assist me by capturing a few Ophions? In exchange for rewards, of course, naturally. I should warn you, however, they tend to be rather uncooperative. Aggressively so, in fact. The familiars previously recruited for this task all met with most unfortunate ends. Considerable waste, but let's not dwell on such things. Here, take this ethereal imbued rope and use it to restrain the Orpheons. Remember, I require living samples. They are extremely valuable, so if you must choose between their lives and your own, do the honorable thing and let them kill you. Just to be perfectly clear, failure is not an option, provided you prepared for the rather messy consequences. Goddamn. Oh, I didn't read the part where it's like use the etheric rope. Shit. Have you brought the specimens I requested? Well, well, to overcome such ferocious creatures and live to tell the tale. Your maker certainly placed great importance in durability. As for the Ophions you've brought me, they will be delivered to the Academia Einder. Like the other creatures in Elpis, they are currently under observation. that we may determine their suitability for existence beyond these confines. Samples are carefully selected and sent for further study. If they found worthy, they will receive official approval. Only then can they be submitted to the Bureau of the Architects. As you can imagine, the evaluation process is particularly strict for ferocious predators such as ophions. It would reflect rather poorly on those involved if they were to wreak havoc when unleashed into the wider world. Not that it's any concern of yours. Here is your reward. Now run along, would you? I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, this must be the continuation of a Netherite quest. Okay. Yo, how is our fascinating familiar friend? What it is I'm about to tell you that it what it is about you that ignites my observer soul. Well, now that we've been properly introduced, can you tell us more? Yes, I would very much like to know how you see the world, how everything large and small appears in your eyes. Assuming you're amendable to the idea, you must join Chairman on another tour. This time, take a wider look at the surrounding facilities. I am interested in learning about you as well. I see, then we shall delight in teaching each other. But where to begin? Which facility do you suggest, Overseer? Oh, any place you feel will best elicit a response from our guests. Right, yes, of course. Well then, yo, come with me and we'll visit the arcane entities on the south side of Argonos and Gonorosis. Go, observe, learn. Wait, where are you? Oh, you're right there. Okay. We have yet to rest. We have yet to register an official name for this specimen, so we simply call it the Bluebird of Elpis. What is your first thoughts upon beholding this majestic creature? That I want to ride it into the sky. Be a sick note. Fascinating. Imagining a familiar which supplements its deficiencies by taking a mount with the desired capability. In this case, flight. In any case, I am eager to hear more of your responses. You truly are unlike any construct I have ever met, familiar or otherwise. Let's continue southwards, shall we? I would like to hear your opinion on this next facility. That structure over yonder houses some of our more unorthodox researchers. But then weave creation magics. They breed existing specimens in hopes of getting new strains and species. The method is imprecise, the outcome uncertain. To my eyes, such research seems awfully self-indulgent, merely a means to sate the whims of one's intellectual curiosity. Our purpose in life is to improve theorists. In my opinion, we should steer clear of techniques which produce flawed results. Yeah, on the positive, like, what if it's better than what you thought you could do? A serendipitous discovery. I suppose it is possible. Thank you. I had thought to broaden your horizons here, and I am realizing how narrow my own views can be. Hardly a desirable quantity in an observer. Time for a spot of rest and reflection, I say. Shall we move on to the morning dew? It's favored by many an observer for its calming tranquility. Welcome to our Garden of Beasts, right? We can explore more of it later, but first, I want to hear more of what you think of our people, of us. I've often sat here musing upon the nature of our creations and wondered how our familiar might perceive its creator. We are not so different. Ah, perhaps that's true. You do seem far closer to us in nature than most other familiars. Well, let us set aside such musings for a moment and bask in the morning dew's serenity. Oh, it's the quest line, okay. Are you well rested, Yo? One cannot perform at one's best without allowing the mind and body the time to recuperate. Here on Anagoras, we ought to encourage one another to nap or partake of some of the fruits we grow. We could conjure such treats into existence, of course. There is something oddly gratifying about plucking ripened fruit fresh from the tree. Oh, how remiss of me. How exactly do you sustain yourself? Is Asm supplying you with ether? No, but you'll fade away without the proper nourishment. That tour can wait. We must feed you immediately. Would you mind picking up some of the white blooms in the west of here, and I'll bring them to the overseer Sokals? Arch estrados flowers, we call them. I'll have everything else already by the time you arrive. Arcus flowers are an edible bloom, you see. Hand them to Overseer Sokos and he'll mix them with the fruits I gathered to make delicious juice. Chairman explained to me the crisis at hand. Have you brought the flowers? Yes, these are the ones we need. I'll add them to the fruits from Chairman's basket and we'll soon have an ether replenishing beverage for you to enjoy. 'Tis the work of but a moment. And here we are, freshly squeezed Anageris juice medley. Go on then, drink up. I'm curious to hear what you think of it. You drink the juice, noting the complexities of the floral and fruity flavors. Ah, good. It seems you're able to tolerate liquid sustenance. You didn't appear to be suffering from there you go. Any loss of material form, but a familiar must have a regular infusion of ethereal energy. And now that we know you won't suddenly vanish, will you please reassure Chairman? She still looks terribly concerned. If you would be so kind to put Chairman's fears to rest. I'm so glad you were able to replenish your stores of ether. Overseer Sokol certainly is a wonder when it comes to food preparation. Still, I firmly believe that the consumption of food should be limited to resorting one's strength. Any reason beyond that is simply wasteful. Eating for enjoyment alone is an unnecessary drain on living resources, and such a practice can only be harmful to our star's equilibrium, which is why I have so much respect for Overseer Sokos and his culinary talent. He employs ingredients and methods which will not only optimize a dish's ethereal concentration, but also produce flavorful results. Save your compliments, Chairman. I won't be flattered into making another batch until it's time for our next meal. Well, of course not, and I would never dream of attempting such base manipulation to begin with. The exchange of knowledge is quite mutual, I assure you. Yo, I feel we've grown to understand each other, but there is one last thing I wish to know. As you've seen, our purpose is to improve life on this star, and we each have our own way of approaching that purpose. Familiars do exist for a reason, often a very scientific one, and I wonder what you feel about your place in the grand scheme of things. Chairman, perhaps you can provide our friend here with an example of what you mean. Such a nebulous question requires a more recognizable foundation from which to answer. Yes, you're right. Of course, we must not skip the journey in our haste to reach the destination. Where to begin? Broadly speaking, we study the wisdom and magics of our forebears to choose our path as our interests and talents begin to crystallize. Even among the observers of Anagoras, however, Overseer Sobros and I share a similar calling. Again, it may be more beneficial to simply show you what I mean. Please accompany me to the archives in the northwest. Never a dull moment with Chairman, is there? So her boundless enthusiasm is what makes her such a fine observer. Did not know you could go inside here. This is where we keep all the administrative records. Any of these documents will help give you an idea of what we consider to be our defining purpose. Feel free to browse. I shall be awaiting you outside. Yo, you have books. Lore. These books appear to contain detailed observation logs. The name Sokos is written in each of the spines. Oh. Okay. You pick up the log and flip to a random page. Today there was an incident involving the hippocampus. The creature is extremely territorial, and 4 observers sustain light to severe injuries from water-based magics as a result of their perceived intrusion into its domain. A report has been sent to the Words of La Brea outlining the dangers inherent in continued observation of their nominated subjects, and the intent to shift our focus to the smaller and considerably less aggressive hippie. A stack of half-finished observation logs. Judging by the penmanship, the author is someone other than Sokos. Wow, it's really just that building too. Yo, did you find the observation logs enlightening? Overseer Sokos has built up quite the library, hasn't he? He's logged comprehensive observations on every living being in Anagathorus, not only objective physical descriptions, but also his personage, thoughts, and impressions. And that's why I'm here, to carry on the Overseer's invaluable work. When it comes to the continued success of Anagoras, our purposes are very much aligned. I cannot help but worry, however, that the lack of the same degree of perception and ability that I am unfit to the task I have chosen. Even being in the same room as those logs is enough to make me feel uncomfortable. My instance that you came that you examine your purpose was, I think, born from the trepidation which surrounds my own, an uncertainty you need not feel. Overseer Circles, as one of your newest arrivals, you have ever been quick to doubt yourself. Yet you were able to guide Yo here on an engaging tour through the intricacies of our duties, which clearly demonstrates the depths of your understanding. If all I wanted was someone to emulate my work, why, I would simply continue doing it myself. No, the reason I asked you to assume my role is because I believe that you can take our projects in new and novel directions. Raising you as a competent successor is the final step of my purpose in life. Do me proud, Chairman. It is your growth, your efforts, which will facilitate my return to the star. I will do my best, Overseer. But don't be in too much of a rush to leave. There are still many things I need you to teach me. And speaking of teaching, thank you, Yo, for this wonderful and enriching visit. It's been a pleasure learning about you, not to mention a few things about myself. You have always you always have my gratitude for the part you've played in training my young colleague. You are welcome to return whenever you wish. Okay, and that's gonna do it for this stream. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I appreciate every view I get. If I can make somebody's day a little less boring, nice. Anyway, you have a good one. Be easy. Peace.